Hello, everybody. Thank you for your interest in knowing more about mental health. Our presentation here is about sharing things that might be unique to our Filipino American community. You may ask, do we really need this presentation? Yes, we do. We need to have a better understanding of what mental illness is, why some people have it, how they got it, and how they recover from it. We also need to know why those who got it are ashamed of it and therefore delay their asking for help. And why is it that mental illness affects not only the person who gets the illness, but also their family members? If assistance is available in this country, can family members, the caregivers, can they get help too? How did we do this project? We interviewed people who got affected by the illness and also their family members who did the caregiving. We then asked them about their successes and failures. We thank them for sharing their stories with us and for their wish that those who hear them might learn some things. We collected everything we learned from this project and we put them into a booklet. We then translated them into 6 languages, one of which is Tagalog. In this way, those who like to read can have the information in writing. You can ask, how common is mental illness? It is very common. It is more common than you think. About 1 in 4 Americans will experience a mental health condition in their lifetime. If it is that common, how do they get it? Some people may biologically be prone to get it. For some others, it is their life experiences that give rise to it, like too much stress, traumatic events, unresolved family issues, domestic violence, being bullied, racism, discrimination. Let us debunk some myths. Mental health conditions are not contagious. People with mental health condition are not necessarily dangerous. It is not a result of spiritual possession. People experiencing mental health condition can recover, and people with mental health condition can work or volunteer. People with mental health condition can function independently and lead purposeful, meaningful lives. Stigma. What is stigma? We say this word a lot of times, but do we really know what it is? Stigma is something negative, something that is not nice that society has said about those who get ill. Among us Filipinos, when we say just the word mental, some people immediately laugh or giggle. That is part of the stigma. There is nothing funny about mental illness, and we have to stop that behavior. Stigma are negative and untrue beliefs such as broken, weak, crazy. People may also be excluded unreasonably from opportunities. Stigma is one of the most common reasons for people not to seek help. It is therefore important for us to advocate and fight with stigma. Recovery. Can we recover from mental illness? Of course. At the end of these slides, you will hear some persons who have recovered and they live a meaningful life. Listen to their stories and learn how they have overcome their challenges. There is a new model called social recovery. This is getting liked by those with mental health conditions because, in addition to getting rid of the symptoms, it also looks at the other needs of the person, like socializing, housing, nutrition, exercise, and even spiritual needs. There are 4 models used in the treatment of the illness. Psychotherapy or talk therapy. This can be done individually or in group setting. Case management. This is a close guidance of the ill person by a staff member and getting the person connected to various resources. Wellness program. That is the assistance and often fun activities for the person that help one recover in various aspects of their life. Medication is taking drugs to stabilize and minimize the symptoms. Where to find help? There are many agencies that provide services to the API or the Asian Pacific Islander communities. When you go to these agencies, ask if they have Filipino staff members. If you think that these Filipino staff can better understand you and assist you, then do not hesitate to request for them. If you are a caregiver, it is possible that you are busy caring for the person and you then forget to take care of yourself. It is important that you attend to your own needs because if you do not take care of yourself, you might get sick and become unable to take care of anyone else. Do not feel guilty if you take a break from your chores. It is okay to rest, to take naps, to take a walk, to pray, to laugh at some jokes, or to call your friends and chat. If you want to be alone once in a while, that is okay too. You are not being selfish when you take care of yourself. WRAP, Wellness Recovery Action Plan. This is one of the new programs that people like because it is free of charge. It is interesting too and effective in keeping one's mental health. Under this program, one is encouraged to drink plenty of water, to eat balanced meals, maintain good personal hygiene, to exercise, to listen to soothing music, to dance, to read, to pray. If you begin to sense that something is happening with you that you do not understand, or when you notice that your feelings are changing and that your actions are not what they used to be, or when the people around you are telling you that something is not right with you, go and ask for help. Do not wait until your condition gets worse. There is no need to be ashamed to say that you need help. Go to a doctor, a priest, a pastor, a teacher, coach, a friend. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. We all need help at one time or another. Just as we all need help, we also need hope. Hope can make us survive our day-to-day living regardless of the many challenges we face. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. We are grateful to those persons and agencies that helped with this project, especially the Department of Mental Health, UsCC API Group. Thank you all for attending this presentation. Now let us listen to some of our fellow Filipinos to tell us their stories and how they thrived hanging on to hope.
On. I think right now the more important thing is to make it more normalized because I notice Filipinos tend to look to each other for acceptable behaviors. Personally, I try to look for things that give me joy. And then on days when I just really can't even do the most basic thing, I've learned to become more patient with myself, which for me, that was a huge accomplishment. Like, for example, if I oversleep one day, it was so ingrained with the immigrant culture for me that you're not supposed to waste time by resting. You're supposed to always be doing something. So that's something that I've definitely overcome, where resting is okay. For example, taking care of yourself is an opportunity that your ancestors never had. So it's something that you should do for yourself. I try to make the most of it and keep myself present, keep myself here.
kailangan natin seryosohin topic ng mental health, hindi lang to physical, mentally as well, and emotional. Lahat to ay produkto ng ating somewhat mental health. Normalizing it, it's just talking, discussing, and forcing to have that conversation even though it's comfortable. I think for the hierarchical situation of family from a Filipino American Filipinos, we need to put an authority that just normalize it, right? Because for us, it's hard to say, Dad, look at this one. But if some authority, like celebrity or something, that hey, talk about it. It's so easy to talk, and it's slowly getting into that conversation, and it's easier now. Like it's hard to say like I feel sad or I feel depressed. Now it's like, oh, I don't feel good about this, and we speak up. Because we're in that notion of like we're normalizing what needs to be done instead of like hiding from the shadow. I think it's just constant talking and discussing and just not forcing into like understand this, is like forcing into that field that even though there's resistance, be like, okay, let's have a conversation or something else until it's normalized to the point where like, oh, we're talking about our feelings now. Well, we have feelings. We've been having feelings. We just don't know how to talk about it because we don't know how to express. And and I'm just, the first thing I'll just say and prioritize is seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but it's a sign of strength for a better you. Seeking help and asking for help is not it's not something that we need when only for us when we're weakened, but only it's also something to strengthen us, to make us better, right? I think no, it's like it's at the end of the day, it's you're strengthening yourself with these professionals helping you. And I would like to speak to the community that there's professionals that spend their whole life focusing and making studying this in this field that can be useful, that are useful and that are beneficial, and let's use those resources that they're very passionate about in helping the community. I think that's one of the best thing is the best thing that I would always encourage is there's people out there that really wants us to achieve our our mental state and just being aware of our mental health per se. But
think about a time when you had a struggle, like 2-3 years ago, you were struggling. Look back on it now. How does that look like now? You weren't in there. If it's not okay, then it's not the end yet, right? And I don't just tell them like it's always just going to be a positive trajectory, because there are so many things that you cannot control within your environment. So it would always be like a roller coaster. Sometimes you're down, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're up. And that's just life. I think some of the parents that, things have changed. You can have more voice now. You can do more things now and advocate for yourself. Like being a martyr is not okay. This is toxic. Go seek help. If you did something bad before, you're getting karma, right? So I would say to that, if you believe that in karma, then I think it's time to do more good so you can get more good. For example, how about you go to therapy so you know that you're doing good by your kids. You're not traumatizing them. You're giving them a voice. You're encouraging them. You're telling them that they do have an agency. You go to the church. You participate within the community. You can do volunteerism. Volunteerism would create you a support network, not just you helping other people also helping you, because you feel needed. And you create this network within volunteerism. You feel good because you did something good. In Filipino, we do have this saying, ang buhay ay parang bola. Life is like a ball. Minsan nasa taas, sometimes you're up, minsan nasa baba, sometimes you're down. You do understand that in a cycle of life, there are ups and downs. So right now you are down, and it's very difficult to find anything positive, or it's difficult to say that it's going to end or it's going to get better, because right now you're in it and it's hard to see it. But if you look back on the things that you have gone through, there have been downs before too, but you got over it and it got better, and it will be the same again. It will get better.